So, just before we get into the video, I just wanted to bring it up that this is going to be a more less scripted and more just me talking about how I feel to try to put a personality behind me and the team that's working with me on my channel here. So, my brother and I, who coincidentally are creator and co-creator of this channel, our favorite game series is definitely Halo. We originally bonded through that, and if it wasn't for Halo, we wouldn't be as close as we are now. I just remember countless days and nights where we would just play the game. We'd rush home from school just to hop on Xbox Live and play some doubles or some custom games or dick around and forage for a while. It's honestly some really good memories. So, with that being said, obviously when a new entry in the series comes along, it's a big deal to me and him. We care about the series, and even though we haven't really liked the direction it's been going, we're still hopeful that it turns into something good. And one of my favorite videos that displays this is by Crowcat. It's 343 versus Bungie's Halo or something like that, where it just really shows how the game has been taking a turn to where it is and where it's going. But I will say, based off of the trailers alone, Halo Infinite looks way better than how 5 was. And luckily, I had the pleasure of getting invited into the beta, and I got to play and enjoy it for the first weekend. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able to play the second weekend because I have other things going on in my life. But first impressions, it's honestly pretty good. I don't really have too many complaints other than some technical issues, because the game's still in beta, although it's a couple months out from release, so it's kind of iffy if a lot of these bugs are going to be fixed or not. The only complaints I have are related to bugs and technical issues. So whenever I break down a game, I like to set it up into different categories and kind of talk about it, at least the important categories. The sound design, the graphics, how the multiplayer is, the customization of the game, and even the monetization model of the game as well. So I'm going to be covering all of those about this game and all the news we have on it. Of course, this is all subject to change. This is still a beta, but at this moment, this is how everything is going to be. So for the sound design, it's good. Like, it's very satisfying to shoot guns, but it feels kind of lost and more generic. The difference between guns isn't that distinguishable when you go back to playing Halo 3 or Reach, and everything has its own unique sound. I mean, there's nothing more iconic than that old BR sound. But now they all sound the same. And it sounds high quality and good, don't get me wrong. I wish there was a way to distinguish it better. For the graphics, it's very clean and sleek, and it looks really good. I always thought Halo 3 was the best looking Halo game. I don't know how to explain it. It has this allure to it. It looks really good. But going back and playing it, you can definitely tell that a lot of the stuff is a lot lower res than how my brain remembers things, but that's to be expected. And with Halo 4 and 5, they took a more realistic approach to how the games were going to look, because the jump from Reach to 4, like Reach was a more cartoony game, and the art style worked perfectly for it. It really did. But with Halo Infinite, it's a weird mix of realism and the cartoony feel. So it's high-res models with some weirdly colored textures. Like the Spartans in game feel weird. It's almost out of place. It's not bad, but if you guys remember back whenever they showed the first gameplay trailer and people are ragging on the brutes for being bad looking, it's kind of more of that. But on my machine, I never really ran into issues with performance. It ran pretty good. The only issues I had with performance is related to it being a beta and there being bugs. So if they get that ironed out, it'll be great. So the multiplayer itself, which is the main part of the game, I feel like everybody loves the campaign of the game, but multiplayer is what keeps the people playing the game over and over again. And my first impression of the multiplayer is the maps. They are all right. It's weird. The first map I played was Bizarre, and I felt like I was playing CS. I had conflicted feelings about it, and I don't know if that's a good thing. I just remember the days back playing in Valhalla, you're playing in this giant open map. But then again, I only played during the Arena Slayer part of the beta, so I don't know how Big Team Battle is or anything like that. So if you've watched my previous videos of Titanfall, you would know that I fucking love grapple hooks, and I am super happy to have it in Halo. It works really well, and I'm glad that it's not a permanent thing. It's a power-up that you have to pick up, which makes it easy to balance and not have to worry about people flying around in Halo, making it more of a twitch shooter than it already is. So one thing that I've really not enjoyed about first-person shooters these days is the enemy callouts. So if you've been living under a rock, enemy callouts is whenever your teammates will be yelling, "There's one under the bridge, there's one behind," or just stuff like that. And this kind of was around the time when Modern Warfare 2019 came out, was when it became a big thing. And it's just honestly really annoying. I think that, especially for a Halo game, it's really weird and out of place. But then again, I could just be stubborn and want my old Halo back. But I don't enjoy the callouts. I think they're annoying, and they should be kept to a minimum. And that's also with the personal AI. Now there's a personal AI that talks to you and like comments on stuff that you do. I couldn't find an option to turn off. It was kind of annoying, to be honest. I wanted it to stop talking to me. I just wanted to play the game instead of having like these snarky, witty, if you could even call it that, comments on getting a kill or fucking using a grapple hook. It's kind of annoying. So hopefully they add an option to disable that, or I'm just gonna have to mute the voice volume in game and not hear any of the sounds for that. But so as far as customization goes, unfortunately the game does have a battle pass, although it's going to work similar to Master Chief Collection, where you have access to all the seasons no matter what. There's no time frame on when you have to complete them, and the good thing is that you're going to be able to pick whichever one you want to work towards at the time. So if you just want like the first few skins from one battle pass but you want to go and work on another one, you can absolutely do that, and that's good. Of course, with this it brings the question about how are the microtransactions going to be. Well, at the moment it seems pretty harmless. They gave us some money to deal with their in-game shop. You can buy weapon skins and some armor variants, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be too predatory. Of course, that's subject to change. Another really shitty thing about that is all the colors are pay to win, and you can't really customize them. There's set presets that has its own accent colors and primary color, and so it just feels weird and takes away from how it was in the original Halo games, where you had even better customization options where you could pick your accent color, your main color, your tertiary color. So that's kind of disappointing. Then again, we only have such a small snippet of stuff in this, so it could be better in the main game, who knows. So as far as monetization goes, if you guys were unaware, the game is going to be free to play. The multiplayer is. There's going to be no loot boxes, and there's going to be the battle pass, which there's going to be two versions of the battle pass, which is kind of the norm, where you have the paid version where you get all the rewards on the battle pass, and the free version where you get only a certain amount of rewards, enticing the players to buy it. But 343 has stated, saying that they intend to keep the distribution of rewards between free and premium pretty even. They don't want to alienate people who don't want to buy battle passes to unlock stuff. But then again, that's just a company saying something, so we can't really know until it actually happens. And that's pretty much how the monetization of this game is going to work. I really hope that there's some sort of reward or compensation of some sort if you do buy the game. If you pay the $60 for the full game, I feel like you should like get the battle passes for free or something like that. I think that would be a pretty good model. Similar to how with whenever Halo 3 ODST came out, you had the multiplayer for Halo 3, but you didn't have the campaign. So I feel like there definitely should be some sort of reward for buying the game. So in the short time that I had to play this game, of course I wasn't around for the full windows that the multiplayer was open. I really enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. It felt better than what Halo 5 was and Halo 4. it made me want to go back and play the Master Chief Collection and just try to relive my old experiences to really just bring some perspective into how Halo Infinite is. So I definitely think that 343 is going in the proper direction with the series. I am definitely looking forward to it, and I'm probably going to be buying it myself. Not because I'm just a fan of the series, but because I think the game is going to be genuinely good. Hopefully this video isn't too painful for you guys. It's not really easy for me to talk off script and try to form coherent sentences and make it sound good. I was hoping I was able to bring some more personality to the channel. Don't worry, the next one is going to be scripted. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys have a nice day. If you liked the video, tell me what you think about the video. I really enjoy reading your comments when you guys leave me feedback, so please do that. Thank you guys again for watching. See ya.